Podcast Tuesday. Sorry for the slight delay, but I was just so today I just wanted to it's trying a new camera. So yeah. So yeah, the so we're basically we got we got Pioneer Master spoilers, and it's a really cool set. It's MTGA exclusive, and basically yeah, we got our combo and then our non-bow. So yeah, this set's gonna introduce a bunch of cards to uh, MTG Arena to basically complete the Explorer format, so it actually becomes Pioneer. This is a really cool set, honestly, and yeah, I mean, it's too bad it's not on paper, but it does seem cool. So we're getting a bunch of new stuff. Let's start with our combo, and we got alright guys, we got Silence and Isochron Scepter. So this combo basically revolves around, stopping the opponent from casting spells. It basically locks the opponent down by. This also works with Orm's Chant, by the way, and it's very powerful. I mean, there's so basically um, what it does is that it's really cool. I mean, you just put the silence on the Isochron Scepter, and you just stop the opponent from playing. I mean, because on their opponent's upkeep, activate Isochron Scepter, and that's just it. I mean, it's basically our combo, lock down the opponent on turn 2. I mean, well, not turn 2. Turn 3 is when you can officially lock down the opponent, because you do Isochron Scepter on turn 2 with the silence, and then on turn 3 start you just start doing this, and it's really cool. Let's just go into the non-bow, which isn't really a non-bow, but I just found it funny. So, and it is. Alright, we got Wizards of the Coast. So, the guy who posted this, I mean, so it was a Wizards of the Coast actually, posted for the jumpstart. Hey, thanks for following. I'd commit arson. What? What kind of name is that? Alright. Anyways, thanks for following. But yeah, that's basically our non-bow because technically, I mean, it's because when you go into their Instagram, their Twitter, or anything, it literally said um, Wizards plus of the Coast equals ruining the game. Not even joking. They actually put that on the post, and it's just funny. So yeah, that's basically our non-bow means. So yeah, they literally just roasted themselves like in their own post, and it's just funny. Let's go into our number 10, and we got Archangel of Fune. Hey, what? You got 2 accounts or something? Anyways, thanks for following. That's great. So, yeah. It's a 5-mana free 4 Angel Flying Lifelink. Whenever you gain life, put a +1 counter on each creature you control. This allows lots of infinite combos. I mean, you can with Spiked Feeder or giving Walking Ballista lifelink, because when you gain life, your creatures grow. Basically similar to Heliod, who make the Heliod from Feroz Beyond Death, which grows your creatures for gaining life, and it's actually very good. I mean, so yeah, this like, I mean, it's probably better than Heliod. I mean, Heliod is it's cheaper in terms of mana, but Archangel Fune, it's powerful because it literally lets you, it has that lifelink, it has lifelink, so just on its own it can already do its effects, and yeah, it's just very good. So yeah, that's basically our number 10, Archangel Fune. I mean, Science is actually going to be in this set. This is a Pioneer Masters symbol, which is a spyglass, because before Pioneer we got Explorer on him, MTG Arena. Let's go to our number 9, and we got Blood Baron of Viscopa, a 5-mana 4/4 vampire with lifelink pro white pro black. As long as you have 30 or more life, and your opponent has 10 or less life, +6/+6, and has flying. Basically, a hard counter for many mirror decks. So if you're playing or similar decks, I mean, if you're playing Orzhov, you could use this, and it stops, Golgari and Rakdos, and basically is almost immune to removal, because most removals are white or black. So, I mean, red removals do work. I mean, you have to do 4 damage to it. And if it's a late game and you have more life, the opponent has less life, that's a 10/10. So it's very hard to stop. And once it gets to that point, where you have 30 life, the opponent has 10 life, the gap's only gonna get bigger, because even if you keep on blocking it, it's 10 life, 10 life, 10 life, and yeah, Blood Baron of Viscopa, it just becomes such a powerful card late in the game, and it's just very good. I mean, I understand why it's in Pioneer Masters. It's a very powerful card, and yeah, let's go into our number 8, and it is got Days Undoing, a 3-mana sorcery, which makes both players shuffle their hands and graveyards to the library, then draw 7. And if you did it on your turn and a turn, since it's a sorcery, unless if you got a Leyline of Anticipation to give it flash or anything similar, or Small Teferi, which is banned in Pioneer, by the way, then it's gonna end the turn on the spot. But if you flash it in on the opponent's turn, the turn does not end. So you can continue doing stuff. A Days Undoing, what it usually does, you can flash it in during your turn to abruptly end the turn on the spot. If similar to what you can do with that card. What was it called again? It's so if it's your it was this 6 mana end of turn where it costs less if it's your turn. It costs less if it's your turn. Costs less. If it's your turn. Let me just see. There's a blue as well to filter out. If it's your turn. I forgot the name of it. Well, it narrows down to 57. So yeah, Days Undoing, you can end your turn, and it's like Time Twister, but it ends your turn on the spot. So yeah. Where is it? No, it's not there. What was that? Oh, it's Lotus Field Control. It's this card that's used in Lotus Field Control. And where was it? Oh, Discontinuity. As long as it's your turn. Oh, okay, that's why I wasn't finding it. So basically, it ends the turn on the spot, and it's actually very good. I mean, that's our Discontinuity, and yeah, I mean, because Discontinuity, it's 6 mana instant that ends the turn, but if it's your turn, it only costs 2 mana, allowing you to, stop some triggers like the Lotus Field trigger, and it's actually very good. I mean, Days Undoing, if you could flash in with Leyline of Anticipation, this does also work. It's actually nice card. I like it. So let's go in to our number 7, and we got Dreadbore. And you know what? It's actually a common, not even joking. This one was always a rare. No matter where it was printed, this was rare. So now, this being a common on NTGA doesn't really change much, considering it won't make it pop or legal, unfortunately. It's a 2 mana sorcery that destroys target creature or planeswalker. And it's very powerful. The only issue is that sorcery speed. However, if you go to every single print, this is always a rare, and it's played a lot in many different decks. I mean, it's came out in Return to Ravnica, then came back for Archenemy Nicobolus, the Rakdos Guild deck, Secret Lair drop, Ravnica Remastered, where it was also a rare, and now in Pioneer Masters is a common, which Scryfall doesn't register it as a common; it registers as a rare, similar to another card where it's getting printed as an uncommon that's getting printed, that's not unprinted, added as a common. It doesn't register as a uncommon It doesn't register as a common, it registers as an uncommon. So, knowing this, this won't be a proper legal land, very likely. Not land. Proper legal card, my bad. But will still it will still work. Let's go to number 6. We got Exquisite Firecraft, a free mana sorcery, deals 4 damage to any target. However, if you have Spell Mastery, uncounterable. So, yeah, this was played in mono red legacy decks. Although I do feel like this is kind of slow, especially since it's a sorcery speed. It's a free mana sorcery speed to deal 4 damage to any target. And another thing is that you need Spell Mastery for it to be uncounterable. And it's only uncounterable. It doesn't bypass damage prevention. Because most spells like this that deal damage, that are uncounterable, are also bypass damage prevention. And some cards also that stop players from gaining life also bypass damage prevention. But it doesn't really matter much because it won't, because not much stuff would prevent. Why would he prevent the 4 damage from Exquisite Firecraft? I mean, it's just a random spell. I mean, Skullcrack does better at bypassing damage prevention, as it stops players from gaining life and preventing damage the turn it is cast. It's very powerful, and it's coming to MTG Arena. Let's go to our number 5, and we got Kyfian, hero of Akros, who transforms into Gideon, Battleforged, a 1 mana 2/1 legendary human soldier. Where at the end of the combat, battalion. So yeah, at the end of combat, if battalion, which is basically Kyfian attacked with 2 other creatures, at least 2 other creatures, blink Kyfian into a planeswalker, and for free mana you can give Kyfian indestructible until turn. So when Kyfian blinks, then that's when now he's Gideon, Battleforged, a free loyalty legendary Gideon with +2. Force a creature to attack Gideon during the controller's next turn. Of course, it's to the opponent. And +1 until your next turn, give a creature indestructible, and then untap it. And for 0, he turns into a 4/4 human soldier until end of turn with indestructible. That's still Planeswalker, but prevent the damage that will be dealt to him. So Gideon can draw creatures into attacking him, grant indestructibility to your creatures, and untap them so you can reuse them, like attack and then untap, or tap mana, untap. Or he can be aggressive and start attacking the opponent. The issue is, well, not really much of an issue, because when you blinked Kyfian into Planeswalker, then you already attacked. So Summoning Sickness isn't an issue for this Gideon, as you basically you already attacked the turn Gideon Battleforged comes in. So yeah, that's basically our number 5. Let's go to our number 4, which has been printed in Foundations, but it's going back for Pioneer Masters as well. Maze's End. Yup, Maze's End. So this card is a land that enters tapped. You tap for colorless. For free mana tap, you can bounce the Maze's End to search for a gate and put it on the battlefield. Then shuffle. If you control 10 or more gates with different names, you win the game. Now you notice how it says it doesn't put the gate into the battlefield tapped. At the time this was made, every single gate card in Magic the Gathering entered tapped. Now, Now the issue is that, well, sadly in Pioneer there are only like 12 gates that are legal, which are the guild gates, Gateway Plaza, and one gate that enters untapped called um, Fran Portal, and it's a fast land. So by the time you activate Maze's End, then Fran Portal will enter tapped. Now, in historic, however, this will be like a good. It will be good because Baldur's Gate is in historic, for example. It's in alchemy as well. I mean, it was an alchemy, but it's also historic legal. And you know, there's also Gate of the Black Dragon, Gate to Manorborn, Gate to Sea Tower, Gate to the Citadel, and Gate to Tumbledown. And there's also, yeah, there's, which they enter tapped. Well, no, Baldur's Gate enters untapped, which basically can add mana based on the number of gates you have. Talon Gates of Madara. That's not on MTG Arena. I mean, what? Yeah, on MTG Arena, the only gate that always enters untapped is Baldur's Gate. But basically, on paper, this works, and you can play a Commander Gates deck, and it would work. I mean, Wooburg Gates, especially since now there's like everything, like, or not every. I mean, there's some lands that there's a commander that makes your your lands into every type, and there's this one land that has like every type as well, except for basic land types. However, this is a powerful card. I mean, you can search for your gates. I mean, many MTG Arena players would start playing Pioneer Gates. And I mean, this was actually when format first came out. Pioneer Gates was actually a popular deck, although it was only a fun deck. It wasn't good for competitive. However, playing it was always a fun thing to do. I mean, you managed to assemble the 10 gates and you just win, or you'd start pulverizing the opponent with Sentinels. I mean, what? I mean, I don't know. The one that costs one less for each gate you control. I forgot the name, and that can come back. So costs less for gate. Let's see. Costs less gate. Gate Colossus. That's right. It's a construct. I was just not sure of the name, but yeah, it's in Foundations as well. Oh my god. So yeah. That one's like very cool. And also the sheep that is stronger based on the gates you have. I mean, well, that's basically our number 4. Let's go to our number 3. There we go. We got Enter the Infinite, a 12 mana sorcery with draw cards equal to the number of cards in your library. Then put a card from your hand on top of your library. You have no maximum hand size until your next turn. So, this paired is with Omniscience, and you can play your entire deck. I mean, it's very powerful if you play this card correctly. I mean, if you don't, then, I mean, it's... Well, you're just gonna... This card would literally kill you. I mean, still really, really cool. And I like it. I mean, Enter the Infinite... Not much for Pioneer, but I mean it could work on Brawl or whatever formats. I mean, there's a way you can use this. I mean, let's go to our number 2, and we got Dark Petition. It searches your library for a card, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Really powerful card, and it's And yeah, uh, it's just your tutor, your average. Like it's 5 mana. However, you have spell mastery, you get free mana back. So and since it gives you free black mana, and it's free and 2 black mana, maybe, just maybe, you're missing a third black, and you have spell mastery. You cast this, search for something, and boom, you have a free black to cast the spell you need to cast. But this works wonders with omniscience, as if you have to, because flashback, omniscience does not cover flashback. You cannot cast spells from your graveyard for free with if you have an ability that lets you flashback stuff. So Dark Petition can help you add the mana, when you're searching for a card. But chances are with Dark Petition you're gonna win the game. I mean, you just search for the card that lets you get Approach of Second Sun from outside the game, play Approach of Second Sun, then you have the Approach of Second Sun in there, like in the deck, after playing it once, search for it and play it again, and boom, you win. But yeah, it's really cool, and it's played in the Lotus Field combo. Really powerful. Let's go into our number 1, and we got Treasure Cruise, an 8 mana sorcery, delve, draw, free. Basically, a very powerful card advantage card. However, which is banned in Modern, Legacy. I think Pauper also banned it, right? I mean, let me just see, because Treasure Cruise, since Pioneer has no fetch lands, it's hard. They're restricted in Vintage? Oh my god, when did they do that? Because I remember this card was Vintage legal. I mean, this was not restricted in Vintage before. But it's banned in Legacy. Yeah, it's banned in Legacy, banned in Modern, banned in Pauper. However, it's legal in Pioneer. Because you can't fetch. Filling up your graveyard is harder than it is on other formats. And it's just broken. I mean, it's only... And of course, it's too expensive for Penny. So, like, even the cheapest version of this, you will see it's 0.04. No, 0.03 is the original Cans of Tarkir version. But the other versions are 0.04 or above. I mean, the most expensive one is Time Scroll Remastered, which is 0.80. And yeah. So yeah, Treasure Cruise. That card is finally coming to MTG Arena, and it's gonna make some really cool stuff. Maybe it's gonna get banned in Historic for all we know. I mean, Historic might ban this. I mean, I think they only banned like Dig Through Time, Pioneer, if I remember correctly. I mean, but Treasure Cruise, it's still legal. Similar with Temporal Trespass. And yeah, I mean, we also got Gourmet Angler as well. I mean, but that's for another podcast. Because, yep, Pioneer Masters, it's coming! Anyways, congratulations. You've reached the end of the podcast. So why don't you like, subscribe, follow, share, friends, stay tuned to the next videos, streams, and podcasts. Podcasts will be live every Tuesday, 4:30 GMT. So stay tuned, Gem. Watch my other videos too. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And bye.